That's the sofa. That's where the new wastewater holding tank is. And there's that crack. It doesn't seem to go down any further on this side as far as I can see. Just across the top. And I'll try to get some video of the other side. Is the other side of the crack, and it looks like it may go down a little ways this way. It's not open like it was, but there doesn't look right, and up that way some. And this is not very thick. I can get my nail under there, and all of this is, damn it, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. See, the boat is off of the bunks. At least on this side. And it's because of that. Lifting there. There's my dock waiting to be moved and built. Picked this up so I could drain water to the back of the boat. Picking this up was bending these I-beams. So I got the bright idea of jacking here as well. See, I've got blocks way at the very back, there, and there. I got blocks on that cross beam there, and that one there, that pile of blocks. And my big mistake was the pile here, which has lifted the boat off of the bunk and cracked the stringer, which is really bad. Fortunately, it's fiberglass and anything can be fixed. It's just unfortunate that that happened. This is what happens when you don't know what you're doing, but you're confident enough to try anyway. Okay. So, that is what, maybe 4 inches. up. But this boat is now sitting on the bunks. And it's absolutely amazing how much these aluminum I-beams actually bend. This is a really heavy-duty trailer to be bending it that much. I don't know. I didn't think that was possible. Okay, I picked that side up, and now this side is off of the bunks. Damn it. I hope I didn't break the stringer on the other side. Alright, I gotta jack up this side some more. And I'm hoping to find nothing. So that's where it was picked up by, accidentally. And that lifted it off of the bunks, except for two spots at the very, very back. I don't see anything. I mean, where it flexed is right in here. I mean, there it is, almost a line of paint that's flaked off a little more than others. I mean, the whole boat may have flexed right here. I'm not sure. I may be imagining it. I can almost imagine another line there, and there, and... cracks would be the major issue. Alright, what's over there? Nothing. Nothing, nothing. Nothing. Yeah. See, I'm seeing these, and I think they were there. Oh, that's a little rusty. Well, surface rust, right? Yeah, I think that's fairly intact. I think this is where seawater comes in to flush the toilet. And that didn't seem to be working. Okay, the wide angle will probably give a better idea of where this is. It's right in this opening at the front of the sofa, and there is our crack. Right, and it does not continue down this side. That white thing is a drip of something. It stops there, but on the other side of it, it is a bit worse. And to see that part of it, we're going to go in here and forward. So the boat trailer has been jacked back to where it was supposed to be. So the trailer is no longer bent, and the boat should be back in the shape that it's supposed to be. And there is our crack on the other side. And before I could see that this part of the crack here extended down to where that line there is tabbing. The edge of the tabbing that tabs the stringers to the hull. And there's the other edge of the tabbing. See, right there. And I can't reach in with both hands, so I can't really point, but any trace of the crack, see, yeah, there, ends at that line of tabbing. And I honestly don't think it's cracked underneath there. The tabbing doubles the thickness of the glass. I don't know if you can, this is very, very close up. I mean, I'm touching the lens there at the edge. So the right edge of your screen. And you can see this glass for the stringer is really only maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, if that. So the plan, to grind off all this black paint and get down to glass everywhere. And down here and on the floor and pretty much everywhere that I can reach around here. And then start laying in some 1708. Some small layers right where the crack is, and then larger and larger patches going outward until I've run all the way up to this next, probably around the corner of this next piece of stringer where this meets that. I can only go so far back this way because I meet the sofa. Oh, let me get out of this part of the build. Okay, moving back in this part. I'm getting my flashlight. Alright. So, pointing with the light now. This here is the back of the sofa. There's our crack. The stringer, right, see, it's taller here, probably 10 inches high. And then right in here, it swoops down so that the sofa can rest on top of the stringers. And so I want a glass way, way back up that way. This little trough ends right up about there. So I'll try to glass way around, see, to there. I'll cut out for that and try to run glass along this way. But where it meets the sofa, I'll put a couple layers in and then try to fair a curve, a better curve. And there is this wood strip there that I guess I can try to fair over. Not fairing compound, all right? Resin, thickened resin with a lot of chopped fibers in it to fill in there. And then see where that swoops down. Let's see if I can get a side view better. Okay, the side view should show it better. Alright, see where the stringer swoops down there to meet the back of the sofa there. I want to fill in that whole gap, letting the top of the stringer run straight to the back of the sofa. And like some unevenness, like up to that board, will have to be filled with thickened resin and chopped milled fibers, right? Might be best to cut a wood block to that swooping shape. After a lot of glass has been laid in. And then put that in and then run more glass over the stringer and that and tie into the back of the sofa. Hopefully the plan will be clearer once it gets underway. And let's see, as far as the rest of the boat. I'm not going to be making that much of a mess. I mean, mainly I want to grind the paint off and not really, hopefully, stir up a lot of fiberglass dust, but still, I think the first part of the project will be to make some sort of plastic tent around this part, because I don't want dust, especially fiberglass dust, floating everywhere in the cabin. Like, this ceiling is the original, and I don't know if it shows up very well, but this is a soft, like, fluffy, almost carpet-like stuff. And to get a ton of fiberglass dust all over that, I mean, that would be bad. Cleaning would be very difficult, and living in here would have like glass dust coming out of here all the time and breathing it in, which is not good either. I've done a lot of exploring of the bilges and the stringers and everything under the floor, and the boat is an interesting structure. All right, the floor from here forward and the fiberglass back of the sofa is all one piece. Right. They molded the hull itself, and then they molded in another mold this whole series of stringers that forms a network all over the inside of the boat. See how this makes a little well, right? There's a stringer here, there, up at the front, this side one where I've got the crack, and that makes like this little square hollow, right? And just on the other side of it, there's another square hollow about 2 feet by 2 feet that encloses this area, and there's another piece of stringer going this way that meets up with the two that are running the length of the boat, there and there. Actually, there's 4 longitudinal stringers. This is not the one that's cracked, right? So there's one running there. There's the one that cracked that runs through there. There's the other side mirror, and then there's one that runs along through there. Those run the length of the boat, and then everything's divided up into these little square cells by these bits of stringer that go across that way. And yeah, there's a cell there. There's another one going across, making a square cell there. Going back, there's another square cell there. And that whole, and I assume probably these pieces that run through here, they meet in like an X and run to the outside stringer. And that whole honeycomb shape of stringers was made with a different mold, and real thin and real light. And that was laid in and then tabbed into the hull. And then the floor and the sofa, being all one piece, was laid in. And you can see this, they actually made provision in this, the mold for this, that it notches back just a bit and then continues behind this part of the counter. And the countertop ran long across the top of that piece. And this piece, that's the sofa and everything, continues all the way to the back. And I can show you that. And here, this fiberglass here, it's not the outer hull, see? See this fiberglass here with this hole cut in for wires to go behind between that and the hull. That is the piece that is an integral part of the floor and the sofa. And that extends way back that way as well. As well as like behind the bathroom and closet and back there. All the molding just for the stringers and stuff. It's impressive, but this, I keep forgetting, this boat is not a one-off. At least the part of it when it left the factory. It was one of thousands. And so, yeah, to build them efficiently, a lot of molded parts. And really, I mean, in 1988, molding fiberglass stringers in a honeycomb pattern like that and fitting it in, I mean, it is a super lightweight, super strong solution to stiffening the hull. Okay, so enough for like how brilliant that was. Now, I guess we get to the part about me trying to fix how I broke this really beautiful, lightweight, and brilliant structure. Okay. Amazon sends some things packed in like this brown paper. And I'm a pack rat, so like I saved a bunch of it and I've stuffed it in there to prevent dust from sanding and whatever going forward of there. Let's see if this can pick up in the dark here. There's the back of that. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but it goes way out, all the way out to the edge there and back there. So in here. There's that brown paper. And it should look about the same on the other side. Let's see if I can aim the camera and the light at the same time. I see. So, so basically, there it is, all through there. And beyond. Okay, and a little bit more junk to get out of there. So, at this point, I was going to have the air conditioner in the repair area. And now I don't know. It's getting a little warm in the rest of the cabin. And yeah, for that to work, there are some vents cut so that air recirculates up into the box on deck with the air conditioner and the fan. And really, the whole point is to keep the fiberglass dust off of everything. Right, so that I think was a mistake, and I'm going to redo this and have the air conditioner in the rest of the cabin, but not in this tent that I'm making to contain my mess. So I'm going to turn off the camera and do some more of this. So this is it. The tent. The enclosure. Whatever you want to call it. I've got a lot of the plastic stuck in these doors to the overhead bins on both sides. And then stretching across here, and there's like another, there's one sheet that is this front, and then it joins, there was another sheet that was put up as the ceiling, and the first sheet that went up was the back there. And so this is it. This is inside the little tent. And that's where our crack is. And yeah, it's not 100%. Actually, this gets tucked around like that. I can still see a gap there. But 99.9% of dust generated in there will not leave the tent.